This is my teen emo breakup art. The year is 2008. I would upload my art to Myspace. Here I am on a child swing set by myself. So this is me. These notes are from my girlfriend my ex-girlfriend. Actually thread, and I'm sewing my eyes shut. Nothing says teenage emo heartbreak art like this. They're blowing away from me as all the color left my life. That's me holding a balloon. It says happy anniversary. This is gonna be a lot to unpack. Is this working? Several years of my life sitting looking at MySpace through one eye. Yeah, this is a nice cut that I did there though, huh? I don't even need it now that I'm so old. I just have bags under my eyes anyways, dude. Yeah, dude, that looks badass. Just one day in high school, all of a sudden, me and some guys just all shared an eyeliner pen. I put these really deep down. Oh, Jesus. I didn't want to pull these memories back out. Oh my God. These are heavy, physically and emotionally. I hope you're ready. Where do we start? Year's 2008. I have 18,000 friends on MySpace. Here's my emo art from after my first real girlfriend left me. This is art from my teenage breakup emo years. Gotta put these in slightly chronological order. It's art school. What are these? Oh God, poems. I'm pretty sure I burned like all of the poems and songs, thank God. Now I wouldn't really say this is emo art. This is before things got dark. All right, I gotta go up there real quick. We're going to places I don't go very often anymore. Ugh. This is basically what I looked like on my first day of college. Some of this isn't. That definitely is. Oh yeah. It's gonna be too hard to go perfectly chronological, so let's just start looking at it. This is definitely from high school. You can see the swoop. Can you? Yeah. You can see the swoop there. This would be an early work. This is really the start of the period, but you can see my drips and the ink and stuff. I was finding the technique. Here's a flower. It's not bad, don't worry. There's a lot. Here's some of my journals that are left. I burned most of them, but let's see what's in here. Okay, this seems like from when I was way younger. This is when I was listening to Incubus, I think. Here's something. Here's a fucked up body and it just says fuck. This is one of my notebooks. Fuck that, I'm cute. I drew a lot of evil monsters. Swearing is pretty cool. Alex Pardee was like my main inspiration. So yeah, all my notebooks, you know, kind of look like that. This is kind of pre-emo. This is when I was wearing Chuck Taylors and trucker hats and stuff. This was before I really met the dark side. Here's a good example of when things started to take off. As you can see, it's a thorny rose. This must be, oh no, actually these are, you're gonna see a lot of this background. These are letters from my first girlfriend after she left me. It's gonna be so fucking cringy. I'm so sorry to her too. Oh my God, this is a nightmare. All right. These notes are from my girlfriend my ex-girlfriend. Check out this one. You people make me want to puke so I can be thin like you. This is all funny, but I definitely developed at least a borderline eating disorder during this period, and would just starve myself all day because I wanted to look like a Tim Burton character. Here's an evil bunny. It says cold, sad, lonely, lonely, sad, cold, lonely. So that's kind of what I was going through. This is probably from when I was about 16, 17, I would guess. All right, this is a graveyard scene. This would actually be a little pre-emo period. This was kind of just when I was making like really fucked up dark shit. This must be like an Andy Warhol inspired assignment or something, I'm not sure. Sometimes I would just do this kind of stuff to really get out my expression. I don't think there's anything there. Here's another example. Look at that. Looks like blood. So yeah, I draw a lot of just fucked up monsters. This is early work. These are just like, this one says, get away, get away. But then I would just do these like little fucked up monsters because I loved Alex Party, and he did the Used album cover. And I remember he had a quote that was like, there's nothing as fucked up as the monsters in my mind, and the only way to get them out is to put them on the page. Probably not exactly that, but that just came from a real place. So it's another early work. This is just like some fucked up shit. I remember this one. It's a lot of ink pen work in this. This is a shipwreck. It's really fucking sad. This is what I looked like before I dyed my hair black and had gauges, I think. This would be me a little later. I had gauges and a nose ring. A lot more friends on Myspace. V-neck was deeper. It's just some more pure expression. As you can see, I wrote fuck, but then I crossed it out. All right, this is right around the time of my big teenage breakup. As you can see, there's actually thread, and I'm sewing my eye shut. You can see that there's actual thread. That's like an insane detail. It's just kind of what I was going through that day, I guess. What's this? Oh yeah, this is just, you know, me and some of my fucked up monsters I created because all of my heroes said they were fucked up, and so I wanted to be fucked up too. And eventually, like, it worked, and I was like extremely sad and hated myself. All right. So as you can see, this is me alone, and there's a Ferris wheel, and it's like, there's nobody on it. It's really fucking creepy and sad. Here I am, flying a kite by myself, and it's stormy out. Here I am on a child swing set by myself. You'll notice the vest and the scarf. I think those are nice details. And look, the swing set's even dripping because it's also like really fucking sad. All right, so this is an unfinished canvas made out of love letters from my first girlfriend, and then like when we broke up, I just made a bunch of these, I guess, to well, you'll see why. I kind of painted on whatever I had around me, and I guess that this is actually a Twilight poster, which Cassidy just noticed, which is like really fucking crazy, because I didn't like Twilight because I didn't think it was fucking like dark enough, you know what I mean? I did like start reading, and I was like, this is pretty good, but he wasn't like, he's like not fucking emo, so I didn't like him. So this is me fucking falling apart. The pieces were, you know, it looks like I'm just collecting the pieces and pulling them off myself. And this was like my goal physique, honestly. I mean, it's fucked up because I really did fucking starve myself and take like diet pills randomly and stuff to like be fucking look like like it's actually really sad, but I don't want to go there. It's actually like a fucking horrible time to fucking be a teenager, and fucking it was like the worst trend fucking ever. Like, All right, this is a motif that I did quite a bit actually, but as you can see, here I am and here's these fucking colorful balloons and it's like they're blowing away from me as all the color left my life. These were just how I was feeling. I've never actually looked at them like this and it's kind of fucking uncomfortable. It's not even like it's dredging up stuff, like it's been a long time, but this is embarrassing. Here's just a self-portrait. Kind of feels like it's on the toilet paper. Yeah, you know, it was green because green is like fucking sickly looking, so that was cool. This, I guess, was before I dyed my hair. But I did start having my gauges around that period, I guess, and also, you know, I was bleeding from my eyes every day. Oh, wow. All right, remember how I said I used those backgrounds I made from the X letters? Here's one that incorporated a mixed media piece of some letters that she wrote me and that I fucking held on to and made into this art. That's me holding a balloon. Oh my God. It says happy anniversary. All right. I remember I had this vision that I really wanted to like sit in a chair, like kind of like a tall chair in a field with like my vest on and stuff. This is on canvas, which is unusual for the time. She's still like kind of a happy monster, but it's like he's not actually happy. It's a paper bag on his head because he's like fucking, no one wants to see him, you know, he's ugly as fuck. This incorporates a lot of the love letters, and I guess it's me screaming. This is me pulling my mouth open to fucking show that I guess I had no more words to say that day or something. Kind of nice colors though, I like these inks, but it's nice. Some of this, I wonder, like there were days where I think I was in a good mood, but I was just like, this is like what I had to, like I was like, oh yeah, this is so fucked up, I'm so fucking sad. But I like was in a good mood, but I was like it was cool to be fucking sad. I mean, if nothing says teenage emo heartbreak art like this, I mean, I don't even need to say anything about this one, do I, guys? Yep. I would upload all these to Myspace and people would comment on them and be like, fucking amazing, beautiful, looks so real. All right. No, but people did steal my pictures and like catfish people on a vampire website is one thing. I remember some girl messaged me, she's like, hey, we've been talking on vampire chat. It was weird, dude, it got weird. Well, my Myspace URL was parkRAWR, obviously. All right. This is a diptych. As you can see, it's on panel, so it's really nice. There's the man, and then there's the shadow of love. All right, this says this also incorporates the love letters, but this is the girl. She started dating a dude who was obviously had muscle, and this is my expression of that pain. As you can see, he's a monster. Because he found ways to deal with his mental health that were normal. I wrote get hurt, but I'm pretty sure that was just referring to myself. The worst is that I signed all of these. Yeah, these are the good ones. So this is like a hand reaching for like happiness and color and the balloons, I guess, I don't know. It got away for a while. All right, this is probably one of the biggest pieces I made. And as you can see, I guess this is a portrait of her. These are the love letters. And yeah, you know, this was just me expressing something about, you know, a perfect couple. Like this is what we could have been. She was like not that emo either. It's like fucking so obvious why she's like, wow, this guy's just always fucking wants to be fucking dark and sad. Like, no fucking wonder. This could have been us. So this one, I guess I cut in half. Is this a grade on it? Maybe some of these I turned in as assignments, which is insane. Anyways, this I cut in half for some reason, but there I am. That's some anguish for sure. And here's this half. The thing is, it took me a long time to figure out proportions because all I wanted to do is draw fucked up Tim Burton people. All right, so I think that this one was like my profile picture or something on MySpace at some point. I remember this one a lot. So as you can see, there's a figure in a vest and a scarf, and he's letting go of a balloon, and this person seems rather despondent to the scene. I don't know what any of that's about. I would say that this is a pivotal piece. As you can see, there's the figure who's unknown in the bottom, and then there is a couple in the happy balloons flying away. And this piece is quite important to me because I uploaded it to MySpace. This is when I started to have 10,000 probably followers or something. It wasn't even followers, I would just sit and add people and they would add you back. So it was like incredibly pathetic and sad. Anyways, a band reached out to me that I listened to all the time. They used this as their tour poster, and that was pretty epic. They asked me to make some merch for them, and I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's like a kid with monsters under his bed. I don't think they ever used that one. All right, now we're gonna get into college years. So first I'd like to show this picture of my first day of art school. For some reason they were at the building. There's my painting teacher. Hi Kevin, and there I am yawning at him, I guess. But I did dye that V-neck myself. As it says fresh faces, which I would describe that as what you're seeing there. Here was an early assignment in college of a self-portrait. I would also like to point out that during this period I was straight edge, so I did not drink or do any drugs for any of this. It was just pure sadness and horrible role models. This is a later portrait from school. This is me sitting, thinking about fucking sad shit, probably. This would be a later work. It's painted on a window. As you can see, it's a fucked up tin can and a tin can like telephone, and this has to do with communicating, which I was not very good at. In fact, I was actually so good at not communicating that when I did talk to like a counselor or a therapist, I just completely brushed everything off as a trend instead of, it would have been pretty useful to talk to someone and be like, I am sad, but weirdly I couldn't admit that, I guess. The end of my emo art phase, as you can see, the balloon is returned, and like it's still fucked up, but like, you know, there's nothing on the string. I guess there's some circles. My teachers really liked this painting. It was the first thing I did in art school that they, I guess, probably didn't feel uncomfortable by or something. As you can see, it's like, you know, forbidden love or something. I remember some lady in her like 40s or 50s in the class was like, you need to go to San Francisco. You need to go to San Francisco. And like, they'll love this. And I didn't. I just stayed in Montana and stayed sad for a while longer. That's probably enough of this. All right, let's get some roundup thoughts, huh? It's fun to hold on to your old art and look back and be like, wow, I've gotten a lot better at drawing or whatever, but sometimes, I mean, and I've thrown away multiple tons of garbage cans of art and burned a bunch. But you know, I feel like this period really needed needed this, maybe just a little documentation. Really just time heals everything. And I don't know if I can get serious stress like this, but you know, like Montana does have an extremely high suicide rate, and if all your heroes are like really sad, fucking just trying to be fucked up people, it's not great when you're developing as a human into adulthood. This is a really tough bridge to go between funny and how I actually felt in these periods. It's okay to be sad, but like, and you should like work through it, but maybe you don't need to work through it this much. You could probably work through about like, you know, you could probably work through about, I would say truly you could probably do about 1/10 of this, and that would probably be enough working through it on the art side, and then you could just like, you know, do some self-reflection in a positive way and practice self-love. And you know, dwelling is like not the best thing to do maybe all the time. You could do other things besides make an insane pile of sad expression, but this is what got me through it. And hopefully if you're going through a dark place right now, maybe this will, you'll be like, I'm in a really dark place in my life right now, but I'm not, I didn't do this and I didn't upload it to the internet. So that's, so you're doing better than that. You have to remember that 2008 social media was a dumpster in itself. And I was incredibly, I would just sit and be sad and make the sad art and add other sad people, and we all talk about how fucked up we were. And it actually fucking sucks to live in that sphere. So hopefully if you are going through something right now, maybe this cheers you up a little. Things do get better. You can, you know, you have some control over how you handle whatever you're going through. You don't have to make this much art about stuff to heal. Can I take off the wig? I mean, if you guys are sad, you know, you weren't this fucking sad. No, I'm just kidding. Basic stuff helps if you're feeling down. A little exercise and diet and good sleep and not listening to fucking role models and idols that are just telling you to be miserable. Like being miserable is like, that was like the thing to be in 2009. It's hard to make something where now you are like, this is objectively, this is very funny. But then you're like, I was really, really fucking sad when I made this. And what's really fucking sad is that I didn't really fucking talk to my like good friends from that period. I just fucking isolated and went into myself and made this shit, and like, you know, my friends would have fucking understood, but instead people were like, oh, it's cool to be, like, he's just, it's like a fucking, it's like an act, it's like a phase. But that line, once that line gets blurred, you know, then you're just actually really fucking sad and don't have good coping mechanisms. And what a time, man, what a time. And thankfully, you know, social media is so much better for us than Myspace was in 2008, 2009. You know, like, talk about just what progress we've made as like, you know, a world. Like everybody's on social media now, and it's like so much. Just we say mental health. Oh my God, like we're so much better. Just everybody like is better now. Like in Montana, it's like if you were emo in Montana, it's not like there was a ton of us. It's like you're fucking, you were fucking weird. This Conan dude, he cries, and then you eat him up, and then you know, you get through shit. It's all right. What's crazy though is like, so it was a period of my life and a period of my artistic process, or whatever you want to say. And I've done a bunch of cool stuff now in art, and I mean, I wouldn't, this got me there in some fucking insane weird way. All right, back into this, maybe the best thing you can do is just take all your sad stuff and box it back away somewhere. And never think about it again. Leave it under the stairs, and every now and then you're like, huh, this is insane. I was not well. If you are really sad right now, maybe someday you'll be able to, I mean, hopefully you don't make this much weird sad art, but, you know, box it up. Talk about it some, box it up. If you are sad about one day, you might laugh about another day. In this case, without a doubt. I mean, that's the thing as guys during this period, like I was, like I'd have a few guy friends, like they'd be like, yo, good, and guys are just like, yeah, I'm fine. But, you know, It's alright to talk to people. If you have good friends, or if you don't, you know, there's professionals and people out there. And it's useful to get it out, however you have to. If you have to make a bunch of horrible art, go for it. But you don't have to. There's other ways also.